El Paso Community College is celebrating Black History Month with events at the Administrative Services Building with guest speakers, a film called All the Difference, discussions, and performances. Last week, guest speakers from high school freshmen to teachers and even the Director of African American Studies at UTEP, Dr. Michael Vincent Williams, discussed the crisis in Black education as well as the issues in how African American history is being taught. Okay, so last week, as was brought up by the lady from Franklin, she was discussing how African American history is quite a lot based on slavery, on overcoming racism and stuff like that. And she did mention that there's so much more to Black history than just that. Is there something, do you feel like we need to change that? Do you feel like we need to change how history is taught in schools?
I think the whole story is not being told. And what she was sharing with you is that the things that they're taught in school, even when I was coming up, is not the same thing that we were taught in our homes about some of our contributions. If you go all over Facebook, you'll see somebody that invented the potato chip. Who knew that it was a Black man? All the different inventions that are not mentioned, it's mentioned that they exist, but it doesn't mention who exists, who created them, rather. We have things even now that a lot of other than Black people are taking credit for, that we know in our culture that was something that was invented by us. And basically, we're not trying to change it, we're just trying to include it so that people can see the big picture and people can clearly see the contributions of all ethnicities in the United States. It's not just one race, it's Hispanic, Asian American, you name it. We've all contributed to the fabric of what we call America today.
Yes, agreed. How do you feel about tonight's turnout?
Well, I know the El Paso community, and one thing they do, they love to be entertained, they love to hear music and song, and what we did, we tried to get a good variety of all of that. So no matter what touches you, whether it's spoken word, whether it's praise dance or mime, the movement of the hands or the voice, we wanted to cover everything. So all in all, I think it turned out very, very well. And hopefully we had some folks in there that learned something about the African American in El Paso.
What is YAM?
YAM it stands for Young Adult Ministry, and we're called In Motion, and it's just where we use our gift to glorify God.
How long have you been practicing for this?
For this, we actually found out last Monday, and then we had to get our bishop to confirm that we can dance, so we practiced 3 p.m., and then we came here and we performed.
What does it mean to you to have performed tonight?
It's a great opportunity to have this moment because so many people have fought for us.
What's going on next week?
Well, we've got Dr. Carlton Hester. He is actually a native El Pasoan that's coming down, and what he's going to do, he's world-renowned for his jazz. He's a professor of music at the university in California, and he's going to come down here and he's going to put on a phenomenal presentation, and in between that, he's going to teach a little something about the African American contribution to what we call jazz today.
Next Monday, a final event will be taking place here at the Administrative Services Center. Dr. Carlton Hester will be performing jazz pieces at 6 p.m. to conclude the celebration of Black History Month. The EPCC Administrative Services Center is located at 9050 Viscount. The event is free and is open to all students and families.